those choreographed movements that you do that are historic, are you adding to them at this point, or are you taking historical movements and combining them? Does that make sense what I'm saying?
Yes, it makes perfect sense.
Are you modifying those historical movements?
In my class, I so far have refrained from adding any of my own moves.
Okay.
When I first started teaching Bhangra, I was teaching only my own moves, and then I met Dr. Jaspreet Singh, who lives here in Santa Barbara, and he was a physics professor for 30 years, and with some of his students the year before, he had gone to India and cataloged over 100 traditional moves. And so I took that as a great blessing to be able to learn that, and so I kind of emptied myself of, my preconceptions and my moves, because before I danced what was comfortable, and I started to learn these moves, which were, challenging for me because it's almost like playing a piano, treble clef and bass clef. Like, you got your left hand doing one thing, you got your right hand doing another thing, and that's how I found these moves. And so it took me many tries and many classes to really become really proficient so that I could just, express these moves freely.
And that's where you also learned rope yoga from.
Yes. Rasa Yoga. Rasa means rope. Yoga is a union. So it's a union with the rope.
I love that.
Which is really essential. It really contrasts with other forms of yoga, which delve more into a mystical mindset of union with the universe. Mm-hmm. One things that really separated the Punjabi culture or the Sikh culture from the common Hindu movements and Islam was that they really rejected any notion of sectarian religion and specific paths and cults. They really strive to get away from that. So yoga is actually explicitly forbidden to many Punjabis and Sikhs because traditionally yogis would leave the world. Right. And they would go and in that citizen life it made sense to them, so they would devote the early part of their life learning, then the next part of their life building prosperity, and then the next they would leave that all behind, and so that they could achieve liberation. And the difference is they felt like yoga, meditation, and all those things should be done in everything you do. Right. And it should be taught from when you're young. And that it also doesn't really take in the caste system, because the caste system says, okay, these people are priests, these people are warriors, these people are workers. Whereas they feel like everyone should do your own work, everyone should be a priest, everyone should be a warrior competent to defend one's beliefs and one's body. And so the Rasa Yoga is the union with the rope, because the rope is your partner, and you're gripping onto it, you're holding onto it, you're pulling it close to you, you're not letting it go, and you're building your strength and your endurance and your stamina and your grip strength.
Got it. Yeah. That's great. We got to know a lot, I think, about history, and I think that's wonderful. Is there anything else that you want to say specifically about the movements and the way that they open the body and
right.
They work with the structure of the body?
Yes, yeah. So I've talked a little bit, like you said, on the history of it all. But with the rope yoga, there's postures which are called asanas or asans, mm-hmm. and then there's kriyas, which are movements that are done on the exhale. And with the Bhangra, they're the different mudras. So there's full body mudras, and a mudra essentially is an expression that you do with your hand or with your body. And so you're expressing different ideas, and with each of these ideas, you meditate on what you're expressing. So it's a constant meditation. Additionally, you're smiling, which is huge, some of the oldest, most primordial forms of meditation involve smiling, because it activates so many muscles. And generally the idea with people who meditate is that they're trying to accumulate and store and channel energy. And so with the Bhangra, that's what we do. When we're moving our legs up and down, we're generating energy, we're opening the body, and even in a medical perspective, we're pumping the lymph system, and we're helping everything drain. And when the lymph fluid drains, that increases your range of motion. And so it's great for your blood. By smiling, you're activating all those muscles. It allows the energy to rise from your hips into your heart, right, shoulders, up your neck, all the way to your crown.
Yeah, I remember when I did it, I could really feel it, and I could really feel that opening up and that lightness coming from that dance. Thank you so much.
Thank you.